Good morning, my dear Wranglers. It's me, Sheriff Andrew, and welcome to yet another episode of Galita Feed and Seed Goes Viral.
Galita Feed and Seed goes viral.
Galita Feed and Seed, where all the roosters practice social... You know what? I can't do this. I can't do this today. You know why? It's Mother's Day, so hold on one second. I gotta call my mom.
Hi, this is Wendy. I can't answer your call right now. Leave your name and number and I'll get back to you soon. Bye. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Mom.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Okay.
Hey, I just wanted to wish you a happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day!
Well, thank you. Hold on just a minute.
Where are you? You're supposed to be at home, Mom. What are you doing?
I'm getting my car washed.
Right? You're getting your car washed? Mom?
Okay, put in the credit card.
Oh, good. Well, that sounds fun.
All you got is for me.
Okay. Well, happy Mother's Day.
Okay, thank you.
I love you.
Love you too. Have fun. Bye.
Bye. To all you moms who are watching this today, happy Mother's Day. Hey, Palmentary, have you called your mom? That's great, Palmentary. I'm sure glad you threw her a bone. Hey, Wranglers, these are really interesting times. The whole world is trying to figure out how to save lives and help people. But you know what? In the church, we've been about that since, well, basically forever. See, Jesus was interested in helping people and saving lives this whole time he was doing ministry. And he wants us as his church and as his followers to do that as well. God wants to use us to be heroes. God can use us to be heroes. And you know what? To be a hero, you actually don't need that much.
Hi, Mr. Harry!
Hi, Brittany. How are you today?
To be honest, Mr. Harry, I'm not doing great.
Oh, my dear Brittany. I am so sorry to hear that. What's wrong?
Well, it's terrible, Mr. Herb. So absolutely terrible!
What happened, Brittany? Are you sick? Did something happen to your brother Brady?
What? Brady? No, he's fine. Mr. Herb, I am so bored!
Oh, I see. That does seem to be going around these days.
Yeah, is it contagious?
It sure is.
What should I do, Mr. Herb?
Well, Miss Brittany, I recommend a bit of playing. That always helps.
Great idea, Mr. Herb. 1 second.
Whoa, Miss Brittany!
Miss Brittany? I don't know this Brittany person you speak of. I am the Pink Avenger.
Of course you are. My apologies, Pink Avenger. So what is it that you do, Pink Avenger?
What is it I do? I help people, of course. I'm a superhero.
Aha! Brilliant! And what are your superpowers?
My superpowers are... You know what? I hadn't thought about that. Mr. Herb, if you were a superhero, what would your superpowers be?
I'm pretty sure I'd be the type of superhero that has gadgets. Like that Bat guy.
Ooh, I like that. I want to be a gadget girl superhero.
Great! What gadgets do you use to help other people?
I don't know.
Well, just look around. I'm sure there's something around you could use.
I'll look.
Great! A box. Well, I guess you could help people move. Well, that's very handy if you're in the water. Great way to help people who are hot. Who knows? You may need to catch some fish for someone. Pizza is always helpful. You already ate the pizza. Not so helpful. I put that back where it came from. Ropes are always helpful. I'm not sure, Brittany. Roosters are pretty unpredictable. Oh, hi there, Captain Bucket, Pink Avenger. If I can just stop you for a moment, all those things are just great, but you already have what you need to be a hero.
You mean Captain Bucket?
You, Pink Avenger. Gadget or no gadget, you can always be a hero.
I know it's hard to tell because I am so mature and thoughtful, but I'm actually just a little girl, Mr. Herb.
Doesn't matter one bit, Pink Avenger. Just keep thinking about the ways in which you can help people.
Okay, Mr. Harry.
Now get out of there and fight today's biggest battles.
World hunger? COVID-19?
Yeah, I was thinking about boredom. But those are good things too.
Oh, I'm on it! Here I come, world! Pink Avenger to the rescue!
Oh, good grief. She really needs to put that thing back where it came from.
That's right, Wrangler friends. God can use you to be a hero, and you don't need superpowers or any special high-tech gadgets. God can just use you and who you are, and the abilities and special gifts that He's given you already. Today we're going to continue learning about Paul. Except today the story is a little bit different because we're not going to hear so much about Paul, but we're going to hear about somebody who saved Paul's life. It's pretty amazing, and it's somebody pretty unexpected. Check it out. Today's story is about Paul. Paul was one of the first followers of Jesus. He was a missionary. This means he traveled to distant places and told other people about Jesus. He wrote many of the books in the Bible. Paul loved Jesus, but Paul wasn't always that way. When Paul was younger, he studied the writings of Moses and the prophets in the Bible. He was a good student and tried to do the right thing. But Paul believed that people who followed Jesus were wrong. He thought they were working against God, so Paul tried to stop them from telling others about Jesus. Paul even had the followers of Jesus in Jerusalem arrested and put in jail for believing in Jesus. One time, Paul traveled to the far-off city of Damascus to arrest the followers of Jesus. But when he was near the city, suddenly a bright light shone out of the sky. Paul and the men with him were so surprised, and the light was so bright that they fell to the ground. Jesus talked to Paul that day, and Paul realized he was wrong. Now he knew that Jesus was God's Son. From that moment on, Paul was a changed man. He was a follower of Jesus. God told Paul that he wanted Paul to go to other cities and tell everyone about Jesus. So Paul went on several missionary trips. On one trip, Paul went to Jerusalem. While he was there, he met with the leaders of the church. Paul told them all about his missionary trips and all that God had done. When he was done, he visited the temple. Some men who did not like Paul saw him in the temple. These men thought it was wrong for Paul to tell other people about Jesus. They told lies to all the people in the temple. They said Paul had done bad things. So all the people got angry with Paul. The people dragged Paul out of the temple and would have hurt Paul. But some Roman soldiers who were nearby stopped them. Then Paul talked to the people. Paul told them about how he met Jesus on the road to Damascus in a bright light. He told them how God spoke to him and told him to go and teach people in the world about Jesus. When the people heard Paul say this, they got angry and started shouting. The commander of the Roman soldiers thought Paul was going to be hurt, so he told his soldiers to take Paul away.
The soldiers locked Paul in a safe space. The commander was trying to decide what he should do. He wanted to know why everyone was mad at Paul. Meanwhile, 40 of the men who were mad at Paul made a plan. They promised each other that they wouldn't eat or drink anything until they had killed Paul. Wasn't that a terrible plan? But Paul wasn't in any danger. God was watching over Paul. Paul's nephew heard of the wicked plan to kill Paul, and he immediately went to where Paul was being held and told him. Paul asked one of the soldiers to take his nephew to the commander. Paul's nephew told the commander about the plot to kill Paul. The commander told Paul's nephew not to tell anyone that he had reported this to him. Do you think that Paul's nephew had to be very brave to stand in front of all the soldiers and tell the commander what he heard? He was a real hero that day. He saved Paul's life. The commander gathered up almost 500 of his soldiers. That night he had them take Paul out of the city and all the way to the city of Caesarea, where the Roman governor lived. Paul was put in jail. He was kept in jail until the governor could figure out what had happened in Jerusalem and what to do with Paul.
What a great story. Really, anybody can be a hero. In fact, during these kind of weird times, every day we have the opportunity to be used by God to be a hero. And it's not really these big, huge things. They're actually a lot of times very simple acts, like just washing your hands, or staying away from somebody who may be at risk, or putting on a face mask when you're out in public. All these simple, easy, great things are saving lives and helping people. You already are a hero by the little choices that you're making every day. Okay, Wrangler friends, that's it. As usual, love your parents, wash your hands, and call your grandma. Or your mom. Maybe call your mom. Or if your mom's with you, tell her you love her. Whoa, Palmentary, I'm glad you dug up some flowers for her. Whoa, Palmentary, I had no idea you were raised by stray cats. That's so great that you gave her a new chew toy. Whoa, Palmentary, you really must have made her tail wag. You scooted across. You scooted all the way across the living room floor. I can't use that one. No. Cut.